What's going on, everyone? Lalit here. Let's say we're looking to spend $1,000 on an upcoming purchase, or we plan to spend that organically over the next 3 months. The question we're going to answer here today is, which credit card is the best one to choose to maximize our return on our spend? I'll be sharing the best potential credit card we can choose from 8 different banks/issuers. And to avoid the possible conflict of having annual fees versus no annual fee cards, what I'll be discussing is specifically no annual fee cards for our purposes, so there's no hassle of annual fees, whether it's in year 1, year 2, or so on and so forth. And throughout this video, if you're interested in applying for any of these cards we discussed, be sure to check out the links in the description below. And with that, we'll get straight into it. Starting us off, we got Citibank Citi Custom Cash Credit Card, where you're going to get 5% back on your most spent category on their eligible categories list, each and every billing cycle up to $500. Apart from the categories, you're going to get 1% everywhere else. The sign-up bonus for the Citi Custom Cash is going to be $200 back after $750 in spend, which is essentially a 27% return on spend. The $200 is actually going to be 20,000 thank you points, which you can redeem for cashback, statement credit, and other purposes such as transferring out to any partners Citi may have. For our purposes, we'll only be considering the cash equivalent of what these points would be worth if they were redeemed purely for cash back. Next up, we got Bank of America, and we got 2 options to consider for us. The first one's going to be the Bank of America Customized Cash Rewards Credit Card, also known as the 321 card, where essentially you're going to get 3% back on your category of choice, 2% back on grocery stores and wholesale clubs, and 1% everywhere else. Similar to Citi having a cap on how much you can earn regarding that 5%, this card as well, you have a cap of $2,500 per quarter on those 3% categories, as well as your 2%, aka your grocery store and wholesale clubs. After $2,500, it'll be 1% return on spend. The sign-up bonus for us to consider is going to be $200 back after $1,000 in spend in the first 90 days. The second card by Bank of America is the Unlimited Cash Rewards Credit Card, where you're getting 1.5% back on all purchases, regardless of category. Super straightforward, and from a sign-up bonus perspective, same as the Customized Cash Rewards, it's $200 back after $1,000 of spend in the first 90 days. Bank of America actually has another card where with $1,000 of minimum spend, you actually get $250 back potentially, but this is actually the Travel Rewards Credit Card. There's no annual fee, but the reason I don't consider it in our options is because the $250 statement credit can only be redeemed for dining and travel purchases, essentially not exactly cash. Moving on from there, we got Chase Bank next, and whenever we hear Chase when it comes to credit cards, Amex isn't too far behind and vice versa. Point being that with Amex, there actually are no options that fit our criteria. There are no annual fee cards like the Amex Everyday as well as the Amex Blue, but when it comes to sign-up bonuses for spend that's made, with the no annual fee version, there actually is no sign-up bonus unless you have a referral link. With that being said, there is a $1,000 minimum spend potential with Amex, but it's a Delta Gold card, which doesn't fit our criteria. Like Bank of America with Chase, we got 2 options to choose from. The first one's going to be super famous card, the Chase Freedom Flex. You have 5% back on rotating categories, up to $1,500 in spend each and every quarter. You're also looking at 5% back on travel booked through Chase's online portal. You get 3% on dining at restaurants, as well as eligible takeout services like your Uber Eats, Grubhub, DoorDash, etc. You get 3% at drugstores and 1% everywhere else. Sign-up bonus-wise, we're looking at $200 back after $500 in spend in the first 3 months. And similar to Citi's Custom Cash, these points, they're going to be ultimate reward points, essentially 20,000 points, but in the end, you can still redeem them for cash back one-to-one very easily. At the time of this recording, there's a little extra sign-up bonus potential where you're getting 5% back up to $6,000 in spend on gas purchases in the first 12 months of card membership. The second card by Chase we're going to consider is Chase's Freedom Unlimited card. You're going to get 5% on that same travel booked through the Chase online portal. You're also going to get 3% at drugstores as well as dining out, and 1.5% everywhere else. The difference essentially is that you don't have rotating categories like the Chase Freedom Flex with the Freedom Unlimited, but instead of that 1% on all category spend with the Chase Freedom Flex, instead you're going to get 1.5% regardless of category or otherwise on all purchases. Sign-up bonus-wise, the Freedom Unlimited, it's exactly the same as the Freedom Flex, essentially that $200 back after $500 in spend, and that temporary sign-up bonus equivalent of 5% on gas up to $6K in the first 12 months. Percentage-wise, from a return on spend perspective, we're looking at 40% back when you divide 200 by 500, and just to keep track, Citi Custom Cash, we're looking at around 27%, and with the Bank of America cards, it was essentially 20%, essentially that $200 after $1,000 in minimum spend. Next up, we got Discover, but similar to American Express, there really isn't that sign-up bonus potential. You have the Discover It, which is essentially a 5% rotating category card, where you get 5% back up to $1,500 in spend each quarter, very similar to Chase's Freedom Flex. The only thing is they have something known as Cashback Match, where they'll match your cashback that you get in year one. So for example, if you max out each and every category, aka $6,000 of spend in year one, instead of 5%, you can get now 10% back, and 10% on 6,000 is actually $600 in value in year one. But again, how much we're spending and how much we're getting, it's not really comparable for our purposes compared to the other products we've covered so far. Wells Fargo is our next competitor, and we're looking at one card, and it's known as the Wells Fargo Active Cash Credit Card, where you get 2% unlimited on all purchases. There's not much else to this card, and sign-up bonus-wise, it's $200 back after $1,000 in spend, so essentially 20% return on our spend. Hey, it's future me, and while editing, I knew I was forgetting something, so instead of 8 issuers total, we'll be looking at 9, because one of them is going to be US Bank's Cash Plus Visa Signature Credit Card. You get 5% on up to $2,000 in spend for 2 categories of your choice. You also have 5% back on prepaid air, hotels, and car reservations made through their Rewards Travel Center. You'll get 2% back on something they call an everyday category, and other than that, 1% everywhere else. Sign-up bonus-wise, we're looking at $200 back after $1,000 in spend, and instead of a traditional kind of 90-day/3 months time frame for that $1,000 in spend, with the US Bank Cash Plus card, we're looking at 120 days to hit that sign-up bonus. I've had almost 50 credit cards over my credit card career, and almost 40 of them are still active and open, and never in my whole life, literally, have I gotten an approval from US Bank in general for any of their credit cards, so it makes sense why I forgot, but with that we'll get back into our normal flow. Maybe one day. This next issuer has some of my favorite credit cards, hands down. It's Barclays. The thing is, they don't really have cashback earning credit cards in that manner. And without getting too detailed, there are some products, but they would need to be product changed too. So from a sign-up bonus perspective for cashback purely, there really aren't any contenders. And Barclays Bank at a high level, you're going to see a lot of co-branded credit cards, for example with cruises, airlines, hotels, etc. Capital One has a suite of credit card products, but really there's only one true competitor we're going to be looking at. It's going to be Capital One's Quicksilver card, where you get 1.5% back on all purchases, regardless of category, type, etc., etc. And sign-up bonus-wise, we're looking at $200 back after $500 in spend, which is essentially 40% return on spend. Capital One actually has another card known as the Venture One. The thing is, it's 40,000 miles sign-up bonus after $1,000 in spend in the first 3 months, and it has no annual fee. The thing is, when you try to redeem those miles for cash, you get 0.5 cents per point in terms of a redemption. So what that means is 40,000 miles becomes 20,000 pennies, which essentially is $200 after $1,000 in spend, which is 20% return on spend, making it not as good as the Capital One Quicksilver, but wanted to give this information in case you wanted to consider it. After looking at our potential options from these 8 different banks/issuers, I'd have to say the winner on top is going to be the Chase Freedom Flex. And if that's not the answer you want to hear or want to consider a different bank, I definitely consider looking into Capital One's Quicksilver. Comment down below if you like this type of format where we choose credit cards based on the minimum spend requirement. And from there, Chase is our winner today, but Amex is a true rival. So if you're interested into learning about 17 American credit cards and where they fall in my tier list, check out this video. And with that, thanks for coming to the end.